Okay, so I know this is live, but I'm really just trying to make a video. Um I guess just speak. Okay. Let's put some more light because this is serious. Okay, so the video is about healthcare, right? It's um I really have no intentions to let's sit over here. I really have no intentions to accuse anybody. That's not my goal, right? We are all out here doing what we have to do to earn a living. We are all out here trying to survive, right? Well, I'm not even gonna go into the part of who we really are. If you know what my channel is about, the divinity of ourself, tapping in within, being the souls that we are, living as the spirit that we are. But in healthcare, right, I am begging all the nurses, all the doctors, any employee, or the social worker in the healthcare field. You guys are doing a great job, right? You're doing a great job with the plenty of, with many patients. Because, like I said in another video, we destroy ourselves and we come to you guys to fix us, right? Or at least temporary. However, if you do not have the heart for nursing, please come out of it, right? Nursing pays, but the karma that you are creating in yourself is not worth it, right? And okay, so how can we start? Okay, so it's a lot of people, as I'm working in the healthcare field, it's a lot of people whose lives are being affected, right? Because we didn't feel like writing enough notes, right? Because we are overwhelmed, because it's so much work, it's so much to do. You have so many patients, you have so much charting you got to do, a little thing there, a little thing there, mainly for billing, right? Which is fine. I mean, the show got to keep going, right? Even though most of these organizations, these big healthcare facilities are nonprofit. So it's okay. We can still charge because it still got to keep going, right? But every time a patient come to your office and you know this patient is sick, I can give an example. When I was a housing specialist, I worked at a mental health clinic. There were many patients that came into my office that I can tell need help, right? You're sick. It's obvious. I'm talking to you. You're on the caseload for a while. So I know your life. I know a lot because you're sharing all these things with me, right? So you come into my office. I'm a housing specialist. So you have a CSW, community support worker. You have a CHW, right? Community health worker. You have many people. But there's the housing specialist. You might need housing. So you're seeing the psychiatrist. You're seeing this sometimes psychologist. You're seeing a therapist. You're seeing the CSW that is going to bill about 5, 6 times a week for seeing you. Forget all the other team members. That's a lot of professional people seeing you, right? For you to apply for disability. And I look, hello, hi. But for me to apply for this, for you to apply for disability and it's denied. And I'm not talking about just mental health disability. I'm not talking about you can take off from work. You can take off from work for a short period of time. For benefits, you are paying for, right? But you got to fight for that benefit. Why are you fighting for these things if the doctor on the care team has gotten paid? He got paid because supposedly he said something was wrong. The nurse got paid. The therapist got paid. Everybody's getting paid. But what you're applying for, you're being denied. Something is wrong somewhere, right? So if you the patient, you're already stressed, you're depressed, you're going through a lot of things. Imagine being somewhere trying to prove to professionals that have their own medical words that you are dying at home. And then the see it that you're dying. You can't. Right? So I personally I would say the professionals, they need to talk to each other. If I was a judge, right, and a patient came to me and I'm looking at their paperwork and I'm like, okay, this is not enough. But I see that you had been at this facility, this clinic for 6 years. Then why are you being seen every day by these people if you are not disabled, if nothing is wrong with you? Right? So wording is everything. Wording, it's everything. If a patient come to your office, right, a patient come to the hospital, this patient is dying, crying in pain, can barely breathe, you gonna put shorter breath? That's not enough. That's not enough. The reason I'm saying this is we are hurting people, right? The doctors, there's enough money. So when that one, you got plenty of patients, so many patients, and then this one person coming to your office, they got their whole family depending on them, and you just didn't feel like writing the notes. So I give my advice to everybody, right? Request your medical file, because I can guarantee you that what is in your medical file is not what you talked about with the doctor. Right? It's not about wording, no. What is in your medical file is not what you talked about with the doctor. Request notes, right? It affects us too, right? In the hospital, it affects us too. Somebody might be going to MRI, right? You have the patient upstairs and you know this patient is extremely combative. Because it's not enough notes, this patient didn't get any medication. So they are downstairs, the other team is struggling to hold the patient down. Why? Now, if your workload is too much, talk to the boss. Talk to the director of nursing. I remember working at one facility and the director of nursing happened to be a patient there. She has retired, now she's sick, right? She had a stroke, one side was weak. So I was helping her with something, but I was being called and I had to go. So I don't know if I was being petty, but I told her, I said, hey, maybe you can join the board meeting, right? Be a part of the board since you are retired director of nursing, and you can say that workload, that policy doesn't make sense. We are working with fragile patients. We are working with old people. I'm working with your mother, my mother, all these people, and we are just flipping left and right. It's not okay, right? It's not okay. It's like we disconnect. The disconnect is real. The disconnect is real, and it's not okay, right? So I just wanted to make this message. I'm gonna, who knows, put it in proper words later. Yeah, maybe put in proper words later, and then write something really good about it with supporting documents, because it's not okay. Everybody make money, right? So that patient that is helping you get that money, the least we can do is value them and actually provide the care. The least we can do is actually just provide it. It's okay, right? Okay, so I'm going to make this video again later. Request your medical file, right? Because most of the time your benefits are being denied. Not because you're not sick, not because the insurance don't want to pay, not because the disability, whatever it is. Your benefits are being denied because your doctor, right, your caseworkers, your social workers have not written enough notes to truly express what you're going through. So it's like, how they say, resume, I remember somebody told me about a resume. It's certain words that it pick up, right? So if you are not even using those right words, you're wasting your time, right? So doctors, nurses, healthcare professionals, I know we are overworked. I get it, but we need to speak to higher management, right? If we are not speaking, it's because we are benefiting for it, and it's not okay. If we are not speaking, that's because we are benefiting from these things, and it's not okay because the cycles were okay. I'm out. I have a long week ahead.